Okay guys, story time.
Spreading love and kindness, that's what she do. Even if her opinion hurts some of you.
So, I just got out from the gym, but the story happens in the gym. So, when I was walking on a treadmill, I saw this Asian guy carrying a big backpack. You know those backpack that when you go for backpacking? Yeah, those kind of backpack. So, I turned around and looked at his backpack because, I was very intrigued with the backpack. And I wasn't sure if he saw me staring at his backpack. And then, a few minutes later, he walked towards me. But I didn't notice he passed me again. So anyway, he was walking towards me and asked me a question. He was like, "Excuse me," this is when I was walking on the treadmill, okay? He was like, "Excuse me, I am new around the gym. I'm looking for this one." So he pulled out his cell phone and it's so funny. When he showed me the cell phone, I thought he was looking for something. But when he showed me the phone, it says, "Put your name, put your number, put your information." I was laughing so hard. I was like, really? We both laughed together because I thought it was very, very funny. I was laughing so hard, or we're kind of both laughing so hard because his way of approaching me, or his way of approaching the ladies or girl in general, is very awkward at the same time. In a way, it's kind of, I would say, corny. And then I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend." And he was like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "Yes, of course, I have a boyfriend." And he was like, "Well, what if you go out with me for a drink? Would he get mad?" And I was like, "Yeah, he will get mad." And then he was still kind of insisting because maybe he thought I was lying. But honestly, man, I have a boyfriend, okay? So, but thank you for approaching me anyway. It kind of made my day because it made me feel like, I'm so beautiful. But yeah, that was kind of cute. But I think the guy was younger than me. I know I'm older than him, but yeah, that was just an interesting story. What about you guys? Did it ever happen to you in your life? Either man or woman approaches you? Let me know.
The queen of controversy, not showing no mercy.
So I was at the gym, right? Most of the time I'm always on my headphones listening to my favorite music and minding my own business at the same time. So when I was doing a back extension workout, this man suddenly interrupted me. And I thought he was gonna ask me a question of how many sets I have left. And of course, I was being polite and I had to tap my earphones to pause my music. And then he says, "Hey, are you single?" And I proudly said, "Of course I'm not single. I have a boyfriend." And he's like, "Okay, are you a Filipina?" I said, "Yes, I am." And then he says, "Oh, I dated a lot of Filipina in my life. And you're probably wondering, what does he look like, Helga?" Well, he looks like a Caucasian man and he looks like in his early 30s, right? He's cute though. And then I said, "Oh, you've dated a lot of Filipina in your life. So what happened?" And he's like, "Oh, they're too conservative and I didn't really appreciate that." And I was like, I wonder if they are the red flags or you are the red flag. Because in my mind, if you want to be with a Filipina and if you want your relationship to last long with a Filipina, sometimes it's good to be with a Filipina who's a little bit conservative. But if it's too much conservative, then maybe it's not that good. But as long as she carries the traditional Filipino values, then that's all it matters, right? And then I said, maybe you should have worked it out with those girls. But, that's a lot of Filipinas in your life. And in my firm opinion, if I found out that you've dated a lot of Filipinas in your life, I would not date you anyway. Why is that? Because I'm a Filipina and I'm jealous Filipina. I would not accept that you've dated a lot of Filipina in your life. It has to be me and me only. Either I'm the first or I am your last. Anyway guys, relax, I am not mad. I'm just saying what I think in my head. So anyway, to make the story short, he asked me again, "Are you really single?" "Yes, I am single. I have a boyfriend." And then he says, "Are you married?" "No, not yet." I didn't really react to that, but I was trying to be polite to him, but no, I'm not married, but I am happily being with my boyfriend Fardeep. You know, guys, it just surprised me how when guys ask you if you're single and if you tell them that you're not, somehow they get offended and they're still trying to push themselves to ask you if you're making sure you're single. So what is wrong with this type of guys? You tell me, guys, if you're a guy.
Let foreign kings know that they are worthy.
So a long time ago, when I was a single lady, I took a ferry traveling from Visayas to Mindanao. So when I was sitting on my designated cot, this one guy, a crew guy on the ferry, came up to me. He was like, "Hi, Gopa. You're so beautiful. Oy, I wanna touch your cheek." And I was like, "Saba dong, shut up dong. I know, oy, kabalo ko." And I was like, "Thank you dong. You're guapo too. You're handsome too." And he was like, "Hey, beautiful, I wanna show you something." And I was like, "What do you want to show me?" And he was like, "You will see." And of course, I was very young and very stupid, so I followed him. And then when we got to the destination, I noticed it was very, very dark. And I was like, "Hoy dong, where is the thing that you wanna show me? Why is it so dark in here?" And he was like, "Oh, well, I want to make love to you." And I was like, "Excuse me, I don't even know you. Why do you wanna make love to me?" And then he said, "Well, beautiful, I want to give you a baby." And I was like, "What the fuck? And then what?" And he's like, "Nothing." And I was like, "Oh, so you're gonna make me a single mom?" And he was like, "That's okay. A lot of Filipina are used to it anyway." And I was like, "Fuck you, don't get away from me." You see, everyone, a lot of Filipino guys are very, very generous in giving their babies. They don't even care. So you ladies, be careful if you encounter a Filipino guy who will compliment you and take you to the corner. Now, I'm not just saying about Filipino, foreigner too, okay? So be very careful. The way you chew gum, girl. What about it?